Hey guys, Blessing here, and how are you all doing? Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you're watching me from. This is a live stream, and this you can call the ultimate book review. Korra released her book 2 weeks ago, thereabout, and we've not been very opportune to do a book review up until now. Here it is. Share the video so that more people can join, because like I said, this is the grand and the ultimate book review where we are going to be asking questions and answering questions like, how many stars does this book really deserve? Is this book worth your money? Did she deliver what she promised? We know that so much promotion went into this, so much publicity, so much talk about, okay, what the content, what we can expect of the content of this book. Was it all worth the hype? And what's next for Korra Obidi after this book? Share the video. Welcome back. So let me give you guys another introduction into what we can expect from this video. This is a book review, but we are going to be doing it in different parts. As you can imagine, we cannot finish everything in one video. If we want a good, comprehensive, high standard review, like an honest, like just a concise, I don't know how to put it, like just, that exceptional review, we cannot put everything in one video because we have to show you clips to back up whatever it is we are saying. We have to show you clips that reflect whatever is written in the book to see if there are discrepancies, if there are things we can highlight, and all of that. So it really needs time. Yeah. So this is just part one of the review. You should expect other versions or other parts after today, which will come in time, in the coming days, weeks, maybe, who knows. So for every part, we are going to try to keep the video to an hour. Yeah, an hour max, an hour and a half. Yeah, so 1 hour 30 minutes or 1 hour max. Yeah, so that other people can watch it hitch free and just easily on demand. Okay, I think we should just get started. How is everybody? Let me see who is here before I start. Oh, Cynthia says, Cynthia's comment is the first one I'm seeing, but she's not the first one to comment. But it's her comment that popped up. Blessing, I have been waiting for your evaluation on this book. Here it is. And this is just the beginning of it. We can't do everything today, but I am excited to do this. And we are really going to try as much as possible to be fair, as we always are on this page, to be fair and balanced, to just show you guys things based on facts, based on, well, fact is a big word, but based on what we are seeing, what they've shown us, based on the words of their mouth. Yeah, so it's really going to be good. I'm really, also looking forward to what will come out of this. I think you guys are going to love it, honestly. Okay, I think, like I said, we should get started. Truth Teller is the first one to comment. And Truth Teller says, hello, Blessing, looked forward to this. Oh, so glad to hear that. Okay, I think we should get started again. Now, just see this, what we're going to be doing in the coming days as a book club together with you. I know that many of you have read the book or you have heard about it. And just see this as a book club where we come and discuss what we found inside of the book, what we think of the book, what you think of what she wrote, what she said, how she felt, and all of that. So we're just going to be going through it like one step at a time, like just going through it chronologically, like just, in that fashion, for us to really follow suit and understand one another and just try to be on the same page, more or less. Yeah, so that nobody is lost, everyone is carried along. So again, see it as a book club where we just discuss the book until we get to where we are going to. Now, before I start, I need to say that let me commend Korra Obidi first of all for writing her book. She calls it a book. It's 59 pages long. Actually, the book itself is not up to 59 pages. There were so many blank pages, so I'm suspecting 51, 49 pages. It's not really up to 59. But I do commend her for some of the details she put inside of the book, especially the details from back home, from growing up before Justin Dean came into the picture. And I think the reason she did that was for us to get a better understanding of who she is and of her background. Because, of course, I know a lot of people got to know Korra Obidi from, being in an interracial relationship with Justin Dean and being that, social media couple. But people, like, to be honest, before the divorce, I didn't even know she had relatives. I honestly didn't know. But after the divorce, we found out that, oh my gosh, she has a sister and she has another sister and she has a brother and she has a daddy. So yeah. So it was quite cool to see that she just wanted to carry everyone along into her background, because I don't think much or too much was known about that. I find it also brave that she put, some of the things that were not so pleasant about her growing up into the book. I mean, she didn't really have to, like the rape incident, like the, traveling with, older men, and so many other things that I felt like, okay, maybe she did that for two reasons. Maybe one, for closure, just to put everything out there, just to be free. She probably has been bottling all these things up for so many years, never shared it, maybe never shared it with anyone. And finally, she just wants to let go. So maybe it's part of her healing process to do that. And maybe she also did it to make the book more interesting. Because you can imagine now the book is less than 59 pages long. If she would write the book solely about Justin Dean, maybe it would just be a 25-page long book. So maybe she included those other ones to give it more body and make it more interesting. She only can explain why she wrote all of that. But I think it's good to really have a better idea of who she is growing up until, where we are today. Now, she started the book by saying that she was writing it for her daughters to read and learn from her mistakes. You guys know that on this page, we are all about keeping it real. All that mushiness, all that cliche talk, all that political correctness, we don't have it. Mm-mm, mm-mm. So saying she wrote it for her daughters, I'm like, why not just get a diary, write it somewhere, seal it, and when your daughters clock 18, you hand it over to both of them. You have two daughters. Must you write it for the whole world? How many daughters do you have? Are your daughters on Amazon? You wrote your book to make your money. Let's keep it real. If you want to write your books for your daughter, you write it and you address it to them. When they are old enough, you hand the book over to them. Mm? Let us keep that one aside. And she said for them to read and learn from her mistakes. But I read through the book and I didn't really see where she was specifically readdressing this. Like, okay, this is the mistake I made. And I hope that my daughters don't do the same thing, or I hope that, or I wish, or, that even if they would find themselves in a situation like this is how they should go about it. This is what I should have done differently. I miss that in the entire book. So it's like you're writing something in the introduction, but you're not following through in the rest of the book. In the rest of the book, I'm just reading about a demon. A demon with two horns somewhere in LA. You understand? I'm not really seeing that this message was for your daughters. I don't see how you're presenting this, telling your daughters about their father in this fashion. I think the message was for the entire world to see that, oh my God, I've been suffering for 4 years and this is the demon. Let me reintroduce. You guys have a wrong idea of who he is. Let me show you guys. That is, for me, the purpose, what I pulled out. So it wasn't for her daughters, like I said, or like I said before. And then she started to share some of her earliest memories from childhood. So I'm just trying to go through it so that we all kind of, like I said, be on the same page, try to understand chronologically. She said one of her earliest memories from childhood was crying and looking at the other kids through her window. So she didn't really have a happy childhood. She wasn't a happy person. And you guys know what they say about hurt people hurt people. When you're hurt, you're not happy, you want to also, you subconsciously want to make other people not happy. Sometimes you don't even mean it that way, but you just find yourself hurting other people. You guys have heard that saying. The actions, the things that you do, you want to sweep everyone along in your sadness, in your sorrow. You understand? Yeah. When you're sad, you want every other person to feel it and see it and be carried along. And then when other people are sad, sometimes you are indifferent about their sadness or their pain or their sorrow. Okay, so like I said, her talking about her background, her growing up, her childhood, really gives some insight into how she is now, like she also has said. Okay, so she always wanted to play with the other kids so badly, but she was never allowed to play with them. Not until her mom died. What I pull out of that is she didn't have a good relationship with her mom. That's my interpretation of that. I cannot imagine already. I think I can imagine already how much she would have detested her mom, hated her mom, giving her mom that eye of, oh my God, other children are playing. Why do you hate me so much? Why can't you just make me go out or let me go out and play and be happy like other kids? And I'm locked inside this room and she's looking at the other children playing. She's hearing their voices and she's crying. But still, her mother would not let her go out to play, despite her tears. She would cry, but her mother would not let her play until her mom died. And the thing is, when her mom died, before her mom died, actually, on her deathbed, her mom told her, I know you're going to be happy, or I don't want to misquote, something like, now you're going to have your freedom, something like that. I'm going to get there because I have my notes here. I'm going to get there to say the correct words that her mom used. So my conclusion on that is she did not have a good relationship with her mom. And that might translate to not having mommy's love, not being loved. She would interpret it that way. Her mom possibly or probably loved her. And I mean, I can imagine or think of a reason why her mom would, I don't know, maybe she did, maybe she didn't, but I suspect that her mom loved her. Maybe one of the reasons her mom didn't want her to go out to play with other kids was also to protect her, and you protect people you love. But as a child, you'd interpret that as hatred, that they don't want you to be happy and that they don't love you. So that's a child who never or who hardly experienced mother's love. That's another thing we should keep at the back of our mind with Korra Obidi. Now, they had a house girl. Some of us know what a house girl is. That's like a domestic staff, someone that lives in with you and runs errands with you. And that house girl made her feel loved. Because she was feeling invisible, but she had a way of making her feel seen. I mean, the house girl had a way of making Korra feel seen. So Korra was a child that didn't really get attention. That's another interpretation that I'm pulling out of this. She lacked attention. She felt invisible, like she was not seen. Nobody noticed her. Nobody saw her. So if you guys see her desire for attention now, you can track it back to her growing up. So the house girl had a way of making Korra Obidi sing or feel like she was seen. You guys should give me a second. Go ahead and share the video in the meantime. Let me check on somebody. I'll be back. Just give me like 45 seconds. Okay, I'm back. This is one of such nights. You guys know, if you're a mom, you know. This is one of such nights. Anyways, you guys can understand. So one day, the house girl bought her a lollipop. You know, she said she had malaria. She was very sick. And that was the only time she had ever been allowed to have one. As a child, you know what it is to have a lollipop. So for me, this girl didn't grow up with love, or she didn't grow up feeling loved. You know, I don't want to say she didn't grow up with love because maybe there was love around her, but she didn't sense that love. Maybe there was no love. I don't know. I can't tell, but she didn't feel loved growing up. She never had a lollipop. She never remembered her mom or her dad giving her a lollipop, but she remembers their house girl giving her a lollipop. And then eventually along the line, the house girl had an altercation with her mom, you know, when madam and house girl have a quarrel. And then they chase house girl out. Like, you have to go, you have to leave. And of course, you can imagine what I would do to Korra Obidi, because that house girl was the only one that really made her feel like, you know, she was there. And she realized, oh my God, she's gone. She blamed her mom. She said she blamed her mom. You know, she used the word blame, but you can imagine for a child, I would think of just being bitter, being angry, being, oh my God, you know, towards her mom. Now, her dad, on the other hand, was a devout, deeper life church member, like all these staunch Christians, like people who just go to church like how many times a week. And then, sadly, Korra Obidi was brutally raped by a church member. That was sad. When I read that, I was like, oh, I wasn't expecting this book to go this direction. That was sad to read. That is not something you want to wish on anybody, you know, rape. So she was already exposed to danger, you know, for I don't know which way or how or under what circumstances, but she was raped by a church member. I don't know if she discussed it with her relatives. I really don't know, but it happened. Should I even start my analysis now? Now that we've gotten here, don't let me say, just pardon me if it looks okay, Blessing, you're a bit insensitive. I'm not. I already, you know, showed my empathy in terms of it's a terrible thing for any woman to go through. However, she went through a lot of these moments. That wasn't the only time she was raped, yeah. But little or nothing has been done against those people who did her what they did her. Even the one that raped her at the university, we will get there soon. She still knows him. He still contacted her recently on Instagram, sent her a message on Instagram. She knows him. Those are the real demons that we should write books about. Those are the real demons that should be castrated. Those are the real demons that should be brought to book. You still know that man or animal, actually, whoever rapes a woman. He sent you a message on Instagram, an awful message. You quickly blocked it. Why didn't you take action? Why didn't you send that message to your sister and to your soldiers and your to your co-minions for them to call him out, for them to drag him? Why is it Justin that is getting all the dragging? And we are going to get to Justin. I'm not saying, oh, you should never drag him, or oh, he doesn't deserve. I don't know. We will get there. But I'm saying Justin didn't do half as evil to Korra Obidi as these other people. I don't see what Justin did to Korra Obidi that we can equate with rape. Although she alleged that Justin didn't also, in quotes, raped her. And she didn't know it was rape when it happened, but later later she found out it was rape. That aside, the analyst would rather deal with someone that has done something in the aspect of rape, like someone who has brutally raped you, a stranger that you can deal with the status that you have, the influence that you have now, even if you were voiceless in university, with who you are now, that man can be pulled out and punished severely for what he did, and maybe what he's still doing to young girls today, because he still contacted you recently on Instagram and he still mentioned about rape. But you let him go free like a bird. Free like a bird. But a book is written about Justin. No, I think that's just a case of misplaced priorities. You're letting the real demons walk around the face of the earth freely, like nothing happened. But the man you have 2 children with, that you spent beautiful moments with, that we have on video, that man is now being castigated, rubbished all over social media. He's now being treated like a stranger, like a demon, forgetting that he is the father of those 2 girls you see every other week. And nothing can change that. He will forever be their father. It's a shame that a book is written against him. It's a shame. A book can be written against him. But why is so much attention on him, but little attention on the real demons, those ones who brutally injured your soul, your innocence? Another crazy part of the story for me. Here she said she was raped brutally by one of the members of Deeper Life. But when she got to university, she said she was raped again and she was a virgin. How were you still a virgin in university when you were already raped as a child? If I'm making a mistake, if maybe I misread something, you guys also, some of you read the book, correct me. I stand to be corrected. You cannot lose your virginity twice. So I might have made a mistake there, but from my understanding, she was brutally raped by a member of the Deeper Life Church when she was young. And when she got to university, she was keeping her virginity and she was raped again. And then is it hymen it's called? That thing. I don't know if it's hymen or hymen. She said she saw it on the guy's dick. Pardon my language. So how did you lose your virginity twice? Anyways, like I said, I find it a shame. And that is why I also feel like there is a monetary aspect into all of this. I think it's a good thing that she's writing her book. I mean, it helps when you can let out some things you're bottling. It does help, yes. When you talk about, like me, if I go through something, like you guys know how it is growing up in a big city. I have gone through robberies, like robberies. When I talk about being, how do they say, I'll be sitting in a car and they will just come and snatch the car from me. I have experienced it. I've had a situation whereby we would be in the house and we would be battling with armed robbers for 3 hours, gunshots, like a war. I have had it and I had trauma from it. I didn't even go to therapy, but how did I help myself? By talking about it with my partner. This happened. I still have nightmares. I was telling him then, I still have nightmares. I still hear the gunshots for 3 hours. Talking about it helps. Writing helps. Singing about it, whatever. So I'm definitely not going to say, oh, you didn't do well by writing. It's a good thing that she wrote. However, what you were writing about, the things you mentioned in the book, they are laughable. Some of the things that he did, the things are just so dramatized and so hyped in such a way that I'm like, but this thing, if you really take it out of this context, there's nothing in it. This is something between a husband and a wife. I mean, I could also sit here and say, I'm going to write a book. And my husband ate and he left the plate every year. We've been together for how many years? Going to 18 years. Every year he'll be leaving the plate. I started to feel like a slave. Every time I'm washing plates. I could also write a book, but it's ridiculous. That doesn't make someone a demon. I don't know if you understand. So that is the feeling I got with some of the things. You understand? Those are things that maybe you don't like. Yeah, things that you don't like. And you can either talk about it and let it work. And if it doesn't work, everybody goes their way. It doesn't mean, you understand? That's just my take on some of the things she, described the ex by. I'm going to read comments soon, but I don't want to be too distracted. That's why I'm just trying to, because now we've been talking for almost 30 minutes. Sorry. Okay, I already told you guys what we have here. Let us just watch a video.
Not all of it. Not all of it. Thank you.
Who is texting you?
I don't know. Check.
Who is texting you? Nonsense.
Why don't you check?
Nonsense.
Who is texting you?
All the women that check their husband's phone. Hey, I'm your Korra fan. Block.
On my text message?
The impetus.
Let me see. Oh, it's because it's WhatsApp. She wants your WhatsApp number. Is that what that?
The impetus. Please, you test my husband, you collect. I will give you Glasgows. Mama phone Glasgows. This one is already half of the market. It's taking. How do you even deal with me? How do you deal, baby?
A lot of patience.
A lot of patience and what?
Love.
And what else?
Okay. I'm left-handed, so you can do the other side.
I got you.
I don't know if I could do it.
Let me see comments. Were you guys able to hear that? Let me quickly see. Please type yes if you were able and type no if you were not able, so that I know if I need to switch something up or increase the volume. I'm scrolling through the comments to see your yeses and your nos. Okay, yes. I can see your comments now. Thank you for that. So you cannot deny the fact that these people had good times. They lived part of their lives before our eyes. So it's difficult for me to pick that book and think of the man as a demon, because we saw moments of love. They didn't share down moments, but I mean, even if you saw them being lovey-dovey every day, you should also know that every relationship has its ups and downs. So I never expected or thought they only had good moments. But the fact that we saw those precious, beautiful moments between them, I just find it difficult to place him in the character that was described in the book, with the way she was loving him, being around him, loving to be around him. There was a video, I'm going to show you guys videos in which he wanted to leave home He wanted to go out of the house. He was helping her in the kitchen. And he asked, do you need anything else, before I go? And she said, I just need you to stay. That extent of love, of closeness, of just wanting to be around each other. And like I said, I'm not saying there were no bad moments. Okay, those are beautiful moments we saw. But I'm just saying that there were also many good moments that would have deterred Korra Obidi from writing this book in the manner that she did. And I'm also going to play for you where Nancy Ume herself said that she told Korra Obidi to write the book in the way that will be beneficial to Korra Obidi. Write the book in a way that will benefit you. It's a pity that that book has to be about Justin Dean and not Cheta Ume. It's easy for you to tell your sister to write about her ex. Would it be easy for you to write about your husband? We're going to get there. I'm just trying to give you guys a little bit of direction where we might be headed. So again, I feel like this book is motivated by the financial gain. And look, it's double. I know what I'm saying is a bit double because it's a good thing she penned some of her trauma, some of the things she bottled up. But in the manner with which it was done, I think a lot of thought about money was behind it. And that I find a shame. This book is not for you, Oga. It is not for you. You can have this one. Okay? And that I really find a pity. Someone is struggling a book with me here. Now, pitifully, her mom died. Her mom died of cancer. So you guys continue to just write in the comments what you think about, I know some of you have read the book. What do you think about each face that I'm reminding us of? Each event, each occurrence that I'm reminding us of, what you think about it, what you feel about it, what your thought is, or what your thoughts are. We are all analyzing together. And I'm definitely going to read your comments soon. I'm just trying to, be quick about what I'm saying so that we don't spend forever here. But it wasn't very clear to me in what year her mom died. I think her mom died, maybe she was around 10 years old, but she wasn't specific about the year or how old she was. And the book also doesn't give us clarity about her age, unfortunately. There has been some debate about her age. Her husband says she's a certain age. Wikipedia or Google in general says she's another age. And she herself said she's a certain age because I saw a video she did when she was auditioning for So You Think You Can Dance, something like that. So she didn't give clarity on that. I also find that a pity. She said when her mom died, she doesn't remember crying. And that still brings me back to what I said before, that there was no love. There was no love. Not from her side towards her mom. She didn't mourn her mom. She said she didn't remember crying. She said she was angry. Angry about, I don't know. She said before her mom died, one particular day, her mom's illness got so bad that she couldn't get out of bed. She was very, very sick, And then she said something that really haunts Korra Obidi up till today. She said, she called her by her native name. And her mom said, I know you will be happy if I died. You will be free. That's what her mom said to her. She said those words tormented her. What is it, Baba? This one refused to sleep. Those words tormented her. So you can just see the relationship. And a child who didn't experience mother's love, or who didn't, I don't think she experienced it. She didn't, even if it was there, even if they gave it to her, she didn't recognize it, she didn't experience it. So, and I think her mom also knew that this girl, you don't love me, or I don't love you. I don't know. I can't speak for her mom. But her mom told her before her mom died that that I know you will be happy if I died. You will be free. That's quite heavy. That is quite heavy. And I just really think she still needs a lot of help. She needs to get, more therapy, because if you don't have love, you can't give love. You can't understand the concept of love. And love is sharing. When you love, you want to give. When you love, you want to share. Love is not stingy. So when you've never really learned what it means to love or be loved, wait. That might also explain one or two things. Now, so it's been one battle to the other, or maybe she just highlighted the negative sides of her childhood, maybe, I don't know. But I really didn't see like she didn't describe any happy moment apart from the house girl making her feel seen. She said they had a tutor who came to the house to teach them, to help them out with homework and stuff like that. And the guy was also molesting her. Well, he was dry humping. Like a dry hump, that's what it's called, from the back. So, and she was also young. Maybe she was 10, maybe 11, but she was quite young because she hadn't even gotten into high school. I think she was trying to get into high school. And for you to be introduced to the doggy style at that age is quite something. It is quite something. It's quite a lot. It's quite heavy. And the man allegedly threatened to kill her if she told anyone. Oh, she said she was 10 years old. She said she was 10 years old then. If she told anyone about it. Where is Nancy Ume to come and start dragging? Did Justin Dean threaten Korra Obidi to kill her? Let me mind my language before Facebook will slap me out of here. Why is Justin? Look, again, I'm not saying I'm defending Justin not to be dragged. Whoever wants to drag him, they probably don't have anything better to do with their life. I don't know, it's their own choice, it's their own time they are using. But I'm just saying that someone who has gone through so much damage and torture in the hands of different men, how come it is only Justin that is now facing the brunt of it? I feel like Justin is the scapegoat. Justin Dean looks like the victim here, in my opinion. He is the one receiving the punishment for all the offenses of all those other men. Every man who has ever hurt Korra Obidi in their lives or in her life, Justin is paying. He's paying for it dearly on social media. The father of your children is the victim. Okay, what are you going to do now, Oga? Is the victim, unfortunately. But those other ones, they are possibly also reading the book and thinking, she didn't mention us, or she didn't, we are still protected. Wow. They should be the ones to be dragged. Okay, I think I'm just going to figure this small man out. I'll still be back in 45 seconds. He just refused to sleep. No idea why.
Please. When I can talk about my story, I will talk about it. When I'm able to tell my story, I will share everything with you guys. Until then, please be patient with me.
I promise you that when I'm healed, when I'm in a better place, because I don't want to say anything that I will regret. I don't want to say anything out of anger. I don't want to say anything out of, hurt. I don't want to say anything out of revenge. No. I will tell my story.
Sister, because really, to be honest, the reason why she's kept quiet for this long is because of me. A lot of people say, oh, you're happily married in your marriage, and you're here encouraging her to go and fail at her own marriage. There was no marriage. That was not a marriage. Okay. So yeah, this is me telling you all, please, if she starts to talk, leave her. Leave her, because this guy has talked for 2 months straight. Nobody counted him online. He has been feeding the bloggers. They've had a field day of my sister. Leave her to talk. Okay. So let me just tell you guys now, the reason why I haven't been talking is because me, I'm the one that told her to keep quiet. Don't say a word. Take all your evidence. And now I'm responsible. I'm responsible for, all the silence that has been happening. But now, not again. Yesterday I told her, you, babe, at this point, if money is missing from your account, open your mouth and talk.
Okay, so the 2 clips I just played, I played them just so that you guys don't stay in silence waiting for me to come. We are not there yet. So those clips you just saw before Nancy and after Nancy. Before Nancy, you guys heard how Korra Obidi was sounding. And after Nancy, everything changed. But we are not there yet, like I said. We will get there. I just had to fix this little man up. Woo. Now, back to where we were. The teacher that came to the house to teach. He continued doing that thing with her for months. It was a dry hump, according to her. I don't know. So what that means is there was no real penetration, but he would do like he's doing her from the back, which is terrible. When you talk about this is what a family looks like, we are so close, we are standing for each other, we are supporting each other. What did they do about that abuse? Because that is also abuse in itself. That's child abuse. You don't do that to a child. What did they do to that teacher? They also let him go freely? Did she tell them? Were they so close? Or now that they've gotten so close, what are they doing about it? Are they going to look for him to pay for what he did, the damage? Because that teacher is part of why she's, going through some of the mental health issues she's going through now. Everything she has gone through in her childhood contributes to her state of mind, her current state of mind. So how does she really get closure? Because she's not dragging them. She's not doing anything to all those people. The only person feeling the heat is Justin Dean, which I just think you're looking in the wrong direction. You are. And it also looks like revenge. He wants to take my kids away from me. I'm going to expose all the bad things he did. And I'm going to emphasize or overemphasize and make it look so bad. I'm going to exaggerate. That's what, in my opinion, the book just looks like, unfortunately. And of course, there were so many grammatical errors. Like every page had an error, spelling error, words that are missing that I have to put my own words to know what she was talking about. And the book was rushed. That's another thing I should mention. The last part of the book, I mean, the beginning of the book, you could tell that she took her time. The book was interesting in the beginning. It felt like you were reading a novel, yes. But towards the end, you could just see she was rushing through it, summarizing. And that end or the middle is actually why people bought the book, to know about Justin. But they got more information about her childhood than, the Justin Dean situation. So yes, she rushed through the book. And of course, she also said, which I think I'll find that video to play, if not today, maybe another day when we're doing this. She said that she didn't want to talk about all of this. She didn't want to talk about, Justin. She just wanted to let it go until he started to file for expertise. And then when she received the last one, she was like, okay, now I'm going to just I'm going to spill. And the last expertise she received on the 15th of January. And her book was released on the 31st of January. So she had 2 weeks to write. She rushed through it. She was already announcing the date of release, even when she was still having pen on paper, when she hadn't finished writing the book. Who does that? I don't know any author that would announce a book when the book is still in writing, when the book hasn't finished, that would announce the publishing date, the date the book will be released. And then she started to rush through the rest of the book, which you could just tell that, okay, this is just a summary. We are also going to answer the question whether or not people got value for their money reading this book. So she went to school and she was bullied also in school. A group of girls would bully her. And she said that this accounted for the top 3 most traumatic childhood experiences for her. She said bullies go around leaving external psychological scars that they do not know. Wow. And the father of your children is being daily bullied. Korra Obidi, I'm just going to say shame on you, honestly. When it comes to you, your own, you say, oh, bullies go around leaving external psychological scars they don't know. But when it comes to other people, I don't think you can be bothered that much. You don't say these things. You don't say, hey guys, slow down. This man is still the father of my children. He's a great father. You always say he's a great father. But if you guys continue like this, it might affect, the time he's spending with girls. It might affect the quality of fatherhood he's giving them. It might affect his state of mind. It might affect his work. You guys should slow down. Have you ever done that? In fact, you are adding petrol to the bullying rather. I'm going to show you guys screenshots, maybe not today, maybe tomorrow when we continue. Let me just say as much as possible, and then when we start to watch videos, and then I'll be showing you guys pictures of how he's been daily dragged. It's not funny. Daily dragged. Everything he says or does, people are going to go out and of course, I know people are free to comment on, what they see. Yes, but they do it with so much, with the idea to bully him, to make him look ridiculous, to make him look bad. They've dragged him that, oh, your brother went to prison. You are also from a family of ex-convicts. Just with that tone, just to make him look so bad. Forgetting again that he's the father of 2 girls that many of you claim you love. Shame on many of you, actually. And shame on Korra Obidi for even writing this book to add more fuel to the bullying that is ongoing against him. And you're talking about bullying having psychological scars, really, only on Korra Obidi. But on other people, no, it doesn't. It's quite a shame. Not only Korra Obidi, not only Justin Dean, is being bullied. Everybody who stands in support with Justin Dean is also being bullied. And that also shows that many of the people who support Korra Obidi, I've said that before so many times, I don't see them as humans anymore. I see them as savages. Like, some of them I even see as animals. They are just not worthy of being humans like us. I mean, humans dialogue, we communicate, we express anger, frustration. Yes, we get upset at, people's actions, but we don't go about dragging people in such an animalistic manner every single day. Everything they do, we drag them to make them look like the worst human on the face of the earth. And that is because of what Korra Obidi has fed the world with. Korra Obidi is now on a mission of vengeance. Is it vengeance? Revenge. Yeah, revenge. On that mission, that everything he did, all those things he said against her on social media, that she did something with Don Jazzy, with Peruzzi, all those things he said, although he apologized, but she is ready to take revenge. That's what is happening. And she has people who are joining her to take that revenge. Okay. Now, she also explained that her father remarried after her mother died. Yep. But in her explanation, she said her father needed free babysitting for his 3 hot girls and 3rd son. So she is sounding like his father, her father didn't just marry for love, or he didn't remarry for love. He just needed a helping hand, someone to, a free, free helper to, to look after his children. That's her description of the stepmom. And today we are not even hearing about the stepmom. So they moved in with the stepmom. I wonder why. Usually when you marry in Africa, in most cases, the woman moves in with the man. Yeah, that's how it is traditionally. Not in all cases, in most cases. She didn't explain why they moved in. So father and 3 children, 4 children, father and 4 children moved into the new wife's house. And the new wife also had children at the time. So she had new siblings, stepsisters, maybe stepbrothers. And she was around 13 years old at the time that all of this happened. And the woman that the father got married to is the brother's wife, who was deceased. So Korra Obidi's uncle, that's the daddy's elder brother, is late. Before he died, he left a wife behind. Korra Obidi's father married that wife. And that wife was maybe jealous of the excess love Korra Obidi's father was showing his children. So they were always fighting. So Korra Obidi's dad was always fighting with the stepmom. Yeah. Trauma upon trauma upon trauma. A distant cousin came over for a visit. And in the middle of the night, he was fondling her breast. It's just like from one sexual disaster to another sexual happening to it. It's like, and I'm wondering if it was only Korra Obidi that experienced this, or Nancy Ume also experienced it. Maybe, who knows? But Nancy Ume is not writing hers. No. Nancy Ume is not writing anything she might have experienced. No. I mean, all these things happened in the same house. But she's not writing hers. Let Korra Obidi write. Let her write. Do you understand? But Nancy will benefit from Korra Obidi exposing herself in this manner, exposing her family. Because whether you like it or not, Justin Dean still remains her family. Yes, the father of your children is still somehow family. When your children want to get married, they want to graduate, the father will be there. So somehow you're still, but you are selling your family, but Nantuma is protecting hers. But she will benefit from you selling yours. Just get sense. That's just what this means. Just get sense at all. Money is not everything. You might have been driven by, the book will make sales, another stream of income or revenue, but is it worth it? 5 years from now, 10 years from now, I hope you're not going to be trying to get rid of or destroy all the copies that there might be. I hope you will not be frantically trying to just, oh my God, like I just hope for you. Because you're just going to wonder, how many copies have you sold? How much have you gained? Is it worth it? Your daughters might actually grow up one day to ask you, Mom, the profit you made from the sales of that book, is it worth it? Is it worth the shame, the public show of disgrace, everyone talking about us in not a very graceful manner, but in a disgraceful manner, shameful manner, talking about daddy, talking about you every single day, and you keep also talking about him. You are also not stopping. And the more you talk, the more people will talk. They might ask, when we do things, we should think ahead. We should think about our children. A lot of us just become mumu because we have children. Some of us are rugged and stubborn, but just because we have children, the things we are supposed to do, we will just shake our head and let go because we are thinking ahead. They will not be small forever. Okay, now, Korra Obidi said that her sister caught him fondling her breasts. Nancy, when are you going to start dragging that cousin? Hi, God. Justin Dean don't suffer. Again, don't think I'm sitting here to defend him. I'm just saying Justin Dean is not the worst Korra Obidi has experienced in her life. But Korra Obidi is selling Justin Dean to the wolves because she knows that they will buy. That's why. She knows they will buy. She knows there is market there. And it's a shame. Justin Dean is not Korra Obidi's worst experience. So why is his own so special now? Okay, you people left the people that you should be dragging. Hey, I never see this type before. Okay, now, the stepmom started to complain to her dad that Korra was getting spoiled under her roof. Yes, madam of the house started to speak. You cannot be behaving like this in my house. When the woman is the owner of the house, you know how they sound. Yes, now, especially in Nigeria. Hey. She started to complain. Korra Obidi didn't say what she was doing, that warranted or that made the woman say that or complain. But the woman was complaining that Korra was getting spoiled under her roof. Then one day, Korra Obidi came back home late. She came back home around 10 a.m. So she didn't sleep in the house. She had an ushering job. So let me explain this. It's also something I've done before so I can understand that job. Yeah. It's the kind of job that when there is an event, there would be like young girls. They are like models. Sometimes they would use models to maybe welcome guests, show guests around. They're like an usher, like a protocol officer at the event. If it's a well-organized one, they would even give you uniform to wear. Everyone would be wearing the same and they would pay you for it. So it's like a real job. It's an actual job. Yeah. But if, I'm going to say if, if you're useless, it is an opportunity for you to be wayward. If you're a useless girl, it's an opportunity for you to be exposed to a useless life. Let me put that there. So not every girl that has done an ushering job is a useless girl. but you can easily get useless if you've already been useless. Then you'd go out, you tell yourself, I'm going to work, but you use that opportunity to meet maybe rich people, rich old men. That's what a lot of girls, yes, I'm going to just tell you, a lot of girls do that. They'll use that opportunity to connect, to network with older men. Yeah, I'm not saying she did, I'm just explaining for you to get a better idea of what an ushering job is. It's not an odd job. It's, what many people do to come by, for extra money. She didn't sleep in the house. She came home the next day around 10:30 a.m. And then she got the beating of her life from her daddy. He beat the hell out of her. He punched her in the stomach. He kicked her several times on the floor. She said she felt like an armed robber that had just been caught stealing. She felt like a broad daylight thief. In Africa, there is jungle justice. If they catch you stealing, no matter how small, they will beat you to a pulp. A crowd of people will gather and beat you. You don't want to steal there. So she said that is how he beat her. He beat her like a man, like he was beating, like he was beating a man. Yep. That father, you people will call it abuse. You call it child abuse. That is, corporal. There's a name for it. That man, none of you is dragging that man. I'm not saying you should. I'm just saying that does Justin deserve the dragging he's getting? All these other people that have offended or injured, damaged Korra Obidi, physically, mentally, psychologically, you people are leaving them out of the equation. But Justin is being punished for all their offenses. Does he deserve it? Ask your conscience. You that you are so jobless that Justin Dean has become your energy. He gives you motivation to wake up every day from your bed. Because when you think of what you can write about him, you are eager to get out of bed to go on Facebook and write and type. Does he deserve it? Does he deserve it? Other people have done worse to your Korra Obidi, and you people are leaving them like angels. But the man who gave her that golden opportunity, and you guys know what I'm talking about when I say golden opportunity, we will come to that very soon, about that visa. You guys are making him look like, let me see if I can find, I don't know, I'm not sure I can find it, but I will show you guys as time goes by. Korra Obidi celebrated receiving her green card in 2021, I believe, December, thereabouts. I'll show you guys the screenshot just to be sure. We haven't gotten there. I'm just trying to pinch from where I shouldn't be pinching. She celebrated it. Okay, let's just continue to take it one step at a time. Oh, okay, he beat her up so badly and he accused her of prostitution. Verbal abuse. If Justin Dean is a demon, then Korra Obidi's father is the devil. If you like, drag him. If you like, don't drag him. It's really none of my business. But I'm just saying, let me repeat. If Justin Dean is a demon, he verbally abused her. Verbal abuse for 4 years. How many years did Korra Obidi suffer verbal abuse in her father's house? If Justin Dean is a demon, Papa Korra Obidi is the devil himself. But he's not being dragged, and you guys should not even dare. Let me just say, no, do not drag him. Because the past should be the past. Let people find their healing. Let Korra Obidi heal. You don't have to damage another man for Korra Obidi to get healing. And guess what? She's not even getting no healing. Watch her on live video every day. You see a broken, damaged person. She's still bitter, still talking about Justin Dean every day. That's not someone in the process of healing. No. And I will still get there when we are heading towards the conclusion of this book. So what is the point of this book? We will get there. I don't know if she was ready to write this book. There is a state of mind you'd be, a state of letting go to write certain things. But when you write, when you are still bitter, and after writing, you are still bitter, you just wrote for revenge. Okay. Now, he accused her of prostitution after beating the hell out of her. And at that point, she told herself that she could never fully trust him after that. She just concluded within herself that this man, I can never trust you. That's her father. You guys, continue to ask yourself, does Justin Dean, if you are not dragging Papa Korra Obidi, you have no right and no moral grounds to be dragging Justin Dean. Those people were husband and wife. They were in bed together. They had their good times and their bad times, like many relationships do. So if things go sour, we shouldn't come and highlight and showcase all the negative sides and make him look like, oh, the 4 years was only negative, negative, negative. That is just a lie. And that is what is being sold now. That is what Korra knows sells. And that's what she's selling. And that is bad. Let your conscience be speaking to you. All of you, not only Korra, but all of you supporting her to damage him. You can support her, but why do you have to damage another person? Why? Why? Anyways, that was the moment she left the house. She left them. She left them for good, and she never looked back. She left. She went to university, and I think she started to fend for herself. When I say I think, it means it was not in the book. She didn't write it that way that, oh, I started to fend for myself. But she said she decided that this man, I can never fully trust you anymore. And then she left home. That one is in the book. She went to university. Did Papa Korra Obidi pay the school fees when she was in university? I don't think so. She didn't mention that. Who paid for her? I don't think he did. I don't think he was responsible for her. I think she became like the prodigal daughter. She went to school and she was fending for herself, living her life, doing her thing, never looking back. That's what I think. So we've been talking now for an hour. I think we might just have to stop here and continue tomorrow so that, other people, like I said, can watch on demand. So that it's not too long. I'm going to read all of your comments. So this whole book review I'm doing, it's really different from a regular book review. It's really thought-provoking. It's going to make you think deep about your actions or your inaction. It's really going to make you wonder and ponder on everything happening, the realness of what is happening, the essence of what is happening, the value in it. Is there value in what is happening? Is it necessary? Or should everyone just drop their weapons and let sleeping dogs lie, if that is how it is said? So that people can forge ahead and move forward and start doing new things with their lives. Let people go their separate ways peacefully. They don't have to be best friends, but those extra drama every day, is it necessary or just childish and just idle people just having something to do? Let me see if I can scroll through some comments. So again, there are so many videos that I'm going to be showing you. I didn't show you so much today because we are still into her childhood. But from the moment she starts to talk about Justin, we are going to be bringing out those old videos of, okay, does this really match? So let me know already, what do you think about this review? before I go, so that I'm going to read your feedback and know if there's anything I need to change. Maybe I need to go faster or slower, or maybe not so in depth, not so detailed, or maybe more detailed. So let me know in the comments what you suggest going forward. This is part 1. We're going to do part 2. Maybe tomorrow, maybe next. It really depends on my schedule. Maybe next week. You never know. Anyways, she said she left the house for uni as soon as she could and never came back. She said it in the book. She said she never came back. So those are not my words. She left the house and she never came back. So my suspicion, yeah, is not wrong. Anyways, my suspicion that he didn't pay her school fees in uni is not wrong. Because if you never came back home, then how are they paying your school fees? How would they know what you need? She never came back. She was on her own. I think she came back during the traditional wedding after she went to China, I think. But we'll get there. So you can just see that the childhood, to put it mildly, it was messed up. It was rough. And like I said at the beginning of this story, I commend her for putting all of that in the book. It gives people more insight into some of the things that people might be, having some confused mind about. Like, okay, why this, why that? So they were not always close. That father that you people say, oh, father love. I'm sure he loves his daughter. I think the man loves his daughter, but they had a break in their relationship at a point in time. He wasn't there. She left. But nobody is dragging him. You people should stop dragging Justin. The reason you have not to drag Papa Korra Obidi, let that also be the reason you will have to stop dragging Justin. You have forgiven Papa Korra for whatever he did to Korra Obidi. Please forgive Justin Dean also for whatever you think he did or whatever Korra said he did. He's not the worst that she has met in her life. If you want to drag him, make sure you drag every other man. Then it's fair. Then he's not a scapegoat. But now you people are just using him as a scapegoat, being punished for what Papa Korra Obidi did to her. Justin cannot be paying for the crime of Korra's father. It's not fair. And you people call yourselves Christians. Justin has nothing to do with what she went through growing up. He is not being punished. So why is he being punished? Papa Korra is not being punished. So why is Justin Dean being punished? Why him alone? If you want to punish him, punish everybody. Punish all the rapists. Punish Papa Korra. Then we know you are a freedom fighter. Then we know you're fighting a good fight. Not this nonsense, chaotic rubbish people are doing all over social media every day, disturbing people, including the Korra. Hey, you guys, I share everything with you. I just want to tell you guys are my family. I just shut up already. Do you understand? You've written your book. Congratulations. Now it's time to move on. For real, that is what it has now come down to. My book, it's out. We've read it. Okay. Free the man. He's not even answering. That's how bad it is. He's not even answering. People are beating yourselves up. You people are crying. It's a shame that one you people call Oyinbo white man, he's the one messing you people up, even with his silence. You will come and cry. You come and beat yourself. You come and... It's shameful. Really, people from royal homes don't behave like this. No, we don't. Or they don't. They don't. Carry yourself with grace. Don't be jumping around because of a man that left you. Make yourself worthy that other men will feel like, okay, there is value in this woman. You're rubbishing yourself all over social media. And I'm not talking about how you dress. No. It's really none of my business. I'm just saying how you're treating your ex. It's scaring prospective suitor. They're looking at you like, if I enter this one, my own will be worse. My own will be part 2. And part 2 is always more interesting than part 1. because it's part 2, you will kill the enemy. That one is worse. So they will run. You are not damaging him. It is yourself you're damaging. And nobody is telling you the truth about it. They are making money. I'm sitting here, I'm going to make my money because you keep coming out every day to talk, giving people reason to talk, but you are not the only one benefiting. Your enemies are benefiting. Your friends are benefiting. Your relatives. Nancy is benefiting. Cheta Ume is benefiting. Before I close, 1 hour, 15 minutes. Before I close, I just want to say something. Many people will say, oh, Nancy is supporting the sister. That is what sisters should do. It's true. Sisters should support sisters. I'm just going to say, Nancy is not Korra'S only sister. Korra has another sister. Why is that one not doing videos to come and support? So that one is not supporting. That one doesn't love Korra. Okay. You must do a video to show support. Wow. Okay. Let me think about it in another way. Korra has a brother. He's not coming on live video to come and fight, in quote, fight and support Korra. He doesn't love her. It's only Nancy that loves her, because that's the excuse I'm getting. No, Nancy, that's not how you show love. Justin Dean's mom is not doing live videos to show support. Doesn't she love her son? I'm going to play a clip where Justin Dean said, my mom calls me every day to ask how I'm doing. Hey, no greater love than that. Really interested one-on-one. How are you? Hope everything is not affecting you too badly. Be strong. Between both of them. You don't have to come and do a public show of, yay, I love him, I love her, I support him, just because money is entering your pocket when you do that. That's where Nancy also has to shut up, because we all know money is also motivating it. You must not show love by coming on live video. That's hypocrisy. And using someone, you're using your younger sister's story to make money. If you stop talking about Korra Obidi in your live videos, that doesn't mean you've stopped loving her. I don't know who you want to deceive by, oh, I have to support my sister. Really? So the people who are supporting in silence, in privacy, they don't love. No, it's because you are hustling for money. I think I'm just going to show you something that I'm supposed to show you tomorrow, so you guys know what to expect. Well, I don't want to say tomorrow. I don't know when I'm going to come again, but next time I come, let me show you guys something.
My sister was doing fantastic where she was. Do you think you need to have a first? He left there, went to another man's country, went to tell somebody else to quit her job. Okay? You told somebody else. My sister was doing fantastic. I need you to love yourselves, and today I'm going to talk to you women about monetizing your pages. So if you want to troll, it's a good thing to troll. You know, go online, say negative things about people, misconstrue people's videos, turn everything upside down, say this is what they said, even if they didn't say it. Alright, but make sure that you are making money while you're doing it. Okay? Make sure you are making money. Why I came on Facebook is because my sister told me that, listen, you've been on YouTube where I actually make money up. And she said, you know what, you know you can actually make money on Facebook too. And I was like, how? Because, you know, the reputation of Facebook is that, that place is vicious, that place is very terrible. And then she said, no, it's faster to grow here. So come on here, I'll help you. You get a page and show your cooking, that's all. And I'm like, wow, that's good. So I came here, I've been here for 2 weeks and I've grown 20,000, and that's because she has been shouting me out. And leave the personal profile. I had a personal profile, but I'm not even posting there anymore because it's not going to make me money. I came and I opened a page, and now this page is going to earn me money.
Okay. It's a shame. Shameful big sister. It's a shame.
On YouTube. Okay? Eating it. And this girl has how many thousand followers? Any money. Money. Serious money on YouTube. Okay? Please try and monetize your pages. Get a Facebook page. monetize that page, and then you can use that page to troll. That's the way the bloggers are doing. They are very smart. Okay, even no matter who is talking against me or who is for me or against me, I don't care. My one is that whoever is using my story, my sister's story, twisting it to get people to view them, that person is smart. That person is very.
Did you guys hear that? Whoever is using her sister's story, twisting it, that person is very smart. Nancy Ume, your sister is your sacrificial lamb. She said that person is smart. She said bloggers are smart. If you want to troll, so you want to bully Korra, she said she doesn't care. Even if you want to bully her, she doesn't care who bullies her, who is for her, who is against her. She doesn't care. If you want to do it, make sure you are making money. Her sister encouraged her to come to Facebook. There is money there. And she came and she's making money. That is her motivation. This was in the beginning when Nancy just joined Facebook. She was just honest about why she was there. She was honest, motivated by money. She was not looking as maybe good looking as she looks now. Maybe she was going through something. Maybe she was broke at the time. You can see from the video. Let's be honest, this is not to diss her, but if you have to compare how she looked in that video to how she looks now, you can tell the difference. I think she looks better now. She looked broke then, so maybe she was going through something. She was really, really desperate for money. And she joined Facebook, and everybody wants to make, some extra coins. Nothing wrong with that. But she is constantly using her sister. Whenever anything happens, she will be the first person to come and do breaking. Oh, you guys sent me emails. Hi. What a shame. Anyways, it's your sister. So it's your sister. Anyways, we are going to show more of those when next I come. I'm going to read comments once I end this live stream. I'm sorry I couldn't read, during. So I'm really going to hear from you. What do you think about this? This is only part 1. And we have many, 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 many more parts to go. I want to thank each and every one of you for being here. Thank you for those who shared. I can see that Cynthia is even asking you guys to share. Share. In case you didn't share, go ahead and share. Give it a thumbs up. You can also subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm streaming also live on YouTube right now. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. You can also be a subscriber on my Facebook. You're going to get a green badge. I have some subscribers already. I want to thank all of them for the support. So it means that you can support me monthly. Yes, monthly. It's a way of just supporting your favorite, content creator. That's what it means if you're a subscriber on Facebook. You get a green badge next to your name. You get some other perks. When you comment, I see that, oh, that one is a subscriber, and you get to know me one-on-one. You get to know me better. So give the video a thumbs up if you really, really enjoyed it. Give me your feedback and your suggestions on what we can do differently or better. I'm going to read comments like I said. Thank you once again. Have a good night. It's like, I don't know what time it is here, but my little man has slept in the meantime. I'm going to see you guys very soon. I remain Blessing Unjo, the analyst, and I will catch you all on my next one.